Starting. Hey, everybody. Welcome to an impromptu, an impromptu live stream. I forgot what the heck I was doing. So I saw that the reviews of Captain Marvel are out, and I had to get online and start looking at some. So let's find out how much the haters are in for, because, Captain Marvel is a woke woman, and she's here to kick your butt. With beauty and grace and everything in between. So we have Captain Marvel reviews. This is from Rolling Stone magazine. Brie Larson takes on cosmic villains, sexist trolls, and wins. Amen. That's my best Alex Jones impression. If it's not good, then screw you. As the first woman-led superhero movie from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that might be true. I know that Elektra, but I think Elektra is Elektra DC or is Elektra Marvel? I'm not sure, because I don't really read these anymore. Captain Marvel, because that was female led. Let's find out. This is a live stream, and who cares? Elektra comic books. I need to find out. Elektra is what? She's DC or she Marvel? Marvel is a Marvel. Look at that. So no, Rolling Stone. We already had a female-led superhero movie called Elektra. Rotten Tomatoes had to ban trolls from its website who were hell-bent on review bombing. No, they weren't. They were only saying, I'm not interested in seeing the movie. That's all they did. There was no reviews. It was just, yeah, I'm not interested. Incels are incensed that Brie Larson, the Oscar winner who plays her, has been publicly campaigning for more inclusion in these epics. We've had women all along. And now that the movie is opening, so let's forget. Let's see. We had the Resident Evil series. I know it's not superheroes, but hey, female-led, 5-6 billion movies. I don't even know how many movies there are. We have, Kate Beckinsale is in I forget what movies those are called. There's other ones I don't watch. But anyway, and we've had women all along on the Marvel movies since Iron Man. Granted, playing different various roles and stuff like that. And we're really wanting to see a Black Widow movie, but whatever. I lost my place. It's war, and now the movie is opening. Expect the white male virgin contingent to go ballistic. Right, a riot girl power pulses through every frame. Not to mention humor, heart, and the thrill that comes from watching a genuine game changer. Wonder Woman, the 2017 epic from PC Comics, may have thrown the first punch on comic book movie equality among the sexes, but Captain Marvel should have its detractors on the ropes. Okay. So it's the mid-1990s. And feeling okay, I'm getting a little too excited. It's the caffeine. It's the caffeine. I tell you, it's the caffeine. But everything in its DNA, from representation, front of and behind the scene, to its notion of empowerment, radiates. Oh boy. So this is a woke movie. Thank you, Rolling Stone. Who is this? Peter Travers. Yeah. Okay. So obviously he liked it, and he's trying to get laid. Anyway, so there's a lot of backstory to get here, but co-directors Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck, who made their bones in the indie-verse with character-based dramas like Half Nelson and Mississippi Grind, cut right to the action. Carol Danvers, or Daryl Manvers, the Air Force pilot played by Larson, is already possessed of superpowers when we meet her in the middle of an intergalactic battle between two alien races. Okay, the Krees and the Skrulls. Her Kree mentor, I guess it's Jan Rog, Jude Law, has trained her, and then my dogs are going crazy. So we're going to skip through because they're going to start barking here in a moment. In truth, Carol doesn't know who she is. She lost her memory, and it takes a trip back to Earth to get it back. Okay. How about a trip to Earth? Anyway, where she meets S.H.I.E.L.D. boss Nick Fury, the ultimate fun badass. All right, how does he lose his eye? Does he tell him? Returns with fellow pilot, who was left the military to care for her. But did we have female pilots in 1990s? Anyway, in the Air Force, I know there was some speculation on one from the Navy who kept landing short, yet somehow passed everything. You could carp at about how the pilot plot is too convoluted by half. The pacing's too casual. Its retro style is too flat. In the light of so now we're getting, so here's all of the hey, you woke people can listen, but let's get to the real review, which starts in the last paragraph. I think it's carp on about, not at about. The pacing's too casual. So here we have the real review. And in the light of the and too flat in light of the. But see, I'm over the MCU. I mean, the formula wore off on me many movies ago. But the time that Bowden and Fleck used to underscore how lives get lived between the not always rousing action sequences may be what keeps Captain Marvel in our memories. The film, burdened with effort of becoming the origin story of the entire MCU. You'll see the superheroine again in Avengers Endgame. What? The film is burdened with the effort of becoming okay. So there was some groundwork before Iron Man, because in Iron Man 2, I think it's when Black Widow shows up. But really, Captain America was the start of this. The first Avenger, Captain America, the first Avenger. You remember that movie? Did you see that movie? Did you? That was in the 40s, a little before the 1990s. The burden is okay. So anyway, so I think there's the real review. Those handful of lines. It's kind of just mediocre. All this is fluff to get people excited. All right, Captain Marvel proves the Marvel formula still works and works well. So here we have from Polygon.com. Marvel Studio brings to bear the familiar formula of its best origin story movies, character development, good casting, quips, decent but rarely groundbreaking special effects. And I don't know what the hell that word is. Soup cone? That's a CS, I think, if I remember my French right. It's been a long time. Let's just keep going. This sounds like criticism, but I mean it with sincerity. Marvel Studios rarely makes a truly bad movie, even a mediocre. No, they've made a bunch of mediocre ones. The studio, they've been making mediocre movies since Iron Man 3. The studio has, maybe before then. He mastered, I mean, Thor 2 was horrible. Let's just be frank. Thor 2 wasn't mediocre. It was crap. With directors, and okay, we know that. Spoiler alert, formula also works with a woman. Really? That's really a spoiler? Faithful but standing alone from the MCU, Captain Marvel is a propulsive cosmic mystery that slowly but surely pieces together a new character. Okay, let's get okay. Begins with the character unrealized. Okay, amnesic soldier. No, she's in the Air Force. Okay, so Ben Mendelsohn brings Vera to the backwater planet of Earth, where she runs into mid-level SHIELD agent. Okay, okay, this is a bit longer article. Ours is great at the hero pose and the serious good guy of affirmation when bad guy butt is about to get kicked. I didn't know there was a hero pose. Is this her or her stand-in with the butt here? But her Carol is also full of one-liners, sneaky grins, and teases. Found myself marveling at the novelty of this. Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, or Gal Gadot, is humorous in her naivete. Yes, and it gets very old. Black Widow, the Wasp, and Jessica Jones are all a business and deadpan snarking. And not well. Jessica Jones is just kind of pissed at the world, and Black Widow is. She's very sarcastic. So this did you watch these other ones? Captain Marvel gives us a rare female action hero who is funny, knows she's funny, and enjoys it. Really? Was this reshoots? I was not one of the ones that was saying, "Oh, Brie Larson's never smiling." She just never emoted anything. Forget smiling, just any kind of emotion. Let's see if we can find some real, and when it comes to their own, the feeling is electric. Between its big emotions, the movie also has plenty of time for memorable details, and that Benning delivers a complicated and mesmerizing turn as the deep cut Marvel Comics character of the supreme intelligence and alien soldier scrambles for the nearest gun to hand, only to fire a nerve dart. Okay, so it's all about self-actualization, perseverance, I can't read, and looking past prejudice, really. And something we did 20-30 years ago. Okay, so this person liked it, and I don't see any other but by the way, it sucks. What the critics are saying. So this is kind of a summary from variety.com. Reviews tend to say the same thing. It's good entertainment but falls short of recent Marvel titles. The film delivers a political message, but not to the degree of the firebrand subversiveness of Black Panther. Black Panther didn't really have much of a political message. That was all people attaching it to the film. There was a little bit there, but if anything, the political message was about not being secluded in your own. They were a homogenous group of people. They had no outsiders, and they were cut off from the world. Very isolationist and protectionist. And that was kind of a, hey, let's open up to the world and share our technology. So I don't know. I don't know what political message they were looking for in the Black Panther, and it's origin story that nearly elaborates on the Marvel mythology, but not to the scale of the epic Avengers: Infinity War. Okay, that's not an origin movie. As of the writing, the latest Marvel installment carries 83%. Okay, so this has gone down. I've actually saw shots from this earlier today that were 92. So just out of giggles, let's very quickly go over there and see. Can find it. Crap. Oh, there it is. So 83%. So maybe it went back up after this person. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? 83%. So that's where it's staying. Thor 77, Black Panther 97. Yeah, that was a bit high too, almost, because that was just a yet another origin stories movie. Flies into theaters and rights and ability times. Okay, Larson does get a few opportunities in Captain Marvel to be that regular, flawed but strong human. Just aren't enough of them, and they're hardly the focus of the movie. Of course, in the broader context of the Marvel, and to you, this is just a setup for when she one punches Thanos and ends everything. So okay. So the filmmakers. So this looks like a mediocre-ish, kind of a meh from Stephanie. Filmmakers can put their own spin on a story, but at some point, bolts or waves of orange or blue light will be coming shooting out of everyone's hands. Someone get back from the wall. Character in its own right. Okay. Okay. So there's Easter eggs, other things, which we come to expect. So people who've read the books kind of have a little bit of things. So this is too much of us. There's a lot of summaries here. Gets its many jobs done, and it's pretty good at doing it. The first shot was okay. So a lot of not too bad. With a 90s riff. And so let's say that worth the wait is Danvers member. Okay, we know that. If the mission gone wrong, yep. There's no love interest. Well, I wouldn't expect it. Don't get me wrong, it was far from alone as well as Fury. Around the excitement of cast, especially okay. They avoid flashbacks that could slow the pace and clumsy exposition, and is almost non-existent. Well, the other one article was saying there's a pacing problem, and then this article saying there isn't. Basically underscores I don't feel like reading the whole thing. This is a lot longer than I thought I was actually going to be on. Every appears, there's a couple of twists. Yeah, okay. So grunge is a good look for it. She said, okay, so that's more or less a fluff piece. What? Okay. Massively disappointing introduction. Okay, so David might be throwing some shade here. I'm not sure. For a film that's almost completely incoherent for most of its first act and seldom finds its footing after that, Marvel's rather clear that it's rather clear about its one big idea. John Law. Okay. Okay, there's nothing more dangerous to a warrior than emotion. He barks at Veers. Brie Larson also have to let go of the part of yourself that makes you vulnerable. Okay, I can understand that. Expectation and appearance is not groundbreaking science fiction saga from the 1990s. Yeah, okay. On the contrary, it's the 21st installment of the 21st most popular mega franchise. That's funny. In fact, that makes the film Arrival a sadly overtoned cause for celebration, like a kid blowing out their candles on their 21st first try. Wow. The context actually couldn't be clearer with the message, or always being told that they were too emotional to lead, but Veer's convoluted journey will lead her to see that emotions can be a superpower into themselves, and that her vulnerability is also her greatest strength. Only Veer's movie didn't treat that sentiment like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It only earned the beautiful idea that it lays out in the start. Okay. As generic and retrograde as Blink Back. So finally someone a little bit more honest about Black Panther. Okay. No, they're saying, well, no, Black Panther was not specific or revolutionary. It's a frustrating disappointment at a time when every inclusive blockbuster is fought over as though it would be the decisive battle in our never-ending culture wars. Yeah, that disappointment is only deepened by the fact that the film was directed by the talented Indy Twosome. Is charged with on the verve. Okay, if not for some grounded character work towards the end of the story. Oh boy, that's it would be totally anonymous. Wow. So so far, this is the most accurate, most honest. I won't say accurate. This seems like the most honest review I've read yet. As much as the movie can be in a step in the right direction, just so eager to get chipped over and sell around the starting gate. Oh, this is awesome. Carol's contributions to this task are obvious, but her control over this is not okay. So this we kind of get a little bit of a plot synopsis. So let's Alta Vista set Radio Shack. Ooh, Alta Vista. I missed Alta Vista, and it was much easier to filter out searches with that than it is now. Race for Carol. This is just plot summary. Beyond the inference of the opening scene, inferences of the openings of its opening scene, a handful of cheeky moments sprinkled throughout. Cameron doesn't forego its gender politics. Oh boy, doesn't foreground. Oh no, foreground. See, not forego. Unlike Wonder Woman, the film offers few plot specific reasons to call attention to who is under the Spanish. Well, that if that's true, that's good. And that was something annoying in Wonder Woman, even in the trailers. I mean, my biggest problem with Wonder Woman, well, I had multiple, but my biggest one was that she was not the hero. Steve Trevor was, and stop arguing about it. That's blessing and curse in the family. That leaves you just to see Carol off the movie. And personally, impressionable young fan base about a cosmic overhaul. Something more than a cosmic overhaul. Could have been Aliens 3 or Princess, whatever. And Tank Girl, hell, it could have been Matt Returns, but but only in its most regressive ways does it really feel like a blockbuster from the mid-1990s. Neither blast from the past nor inspiring glimpse of the future. At the end of the day, it's just another Marvel movie. Okay. That exactly 4 years before Star Trek premiered. Yeah. And anyway, so there you go. Well, I was just going to do this quickly, but this is pretty interesting. So I don't know what I'm going to use as a thumbnail. I've got that image I could possibly use. I've got not that one. One of these. This one maybe. I don't know. And maybe that one. But anyway, I would say this looks like the most honest review. Looks like it was kind of meh, and a lot of them are coming in as just kind of meh. And I think that Rotten Tomatoes score is going to drop. It was already been in the 90s. Now it's down in the upper 80s. I bet you it's going to hover probably around 72 to 75%. And some people go, I mean, I don't really care to see it unless I get a free ticket and go on when no one's there. But I really don't know. And we'll see. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. And enjoy the show. And I'll go back to my stupid camera, I guess. Goodbye.